The 1970s gave us legendary songs, but some artists faded after just one massive hit. These one-hit wonders made a lasting impact, even if their success was brief. Today on Retro Rewind, let's take a trip down memory lane with 15 unforgettable 70s one-hit wonders. Some of these songs you still hear today, while others may surprise you. Let's dive in.
In the summertime, when the weather is high, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather...
In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry was the ultimate summer anthem, selling over 30 million copies worldwide. The song's skiffle-style rhythm and jug band influences made it instantly recognizable.
Fishing or go sailing in the sea. We're always happy, last we're living, yeah.
Ray Dorset, the band's lead singer, wrote it in just 10 minutes, proving that sometimes the biggest hits come effortlessly. The track's simple lyrics and laid-back groove captured the carefree essence of summer, ensuring its longevity. However, despite the song's continued popularity, Mungo Jerry failed to produce another major hit. Fun fact: the song's success led to a resurgence in jug band music, as many musicians were inspired to incorporate washboards and kazoos into their sound.
Going on to the spirit in the sky. It's where I'm gonna go when I die.
A rock song that feels like a gospel hymn? That's exactly what this next hit delivered. Spirit in the Sky blended fuzzed-out guitar riffs and gospel influences, creating a one-of-a-kind sound. Norman Greenbaum, inspired by a TV evangelist,
I never sinned, I got a friend in Jesus.
crafted the song despite not being religious himself. The track's uplifting lyrics and unique energy made it a classic, appearing in countless movies and commercials. However, Greenbaum never had another hit, and by the mid-70s, he faded from music entirely. Though he attempted to replicate his success, none of his later songs gained traction. The song has been covered multiple times by artists across different genres, proving its lasting impact and ability to resonate with new generations.
I'm tired of feeling. I can't stop.
The moment you hear Ooga Chaka, you know exactly what's coming next. Originally recorded by B.J. Thomas, Blue Swede's 1974 version of Hooked on a Feeling took the song to another level. The Ooga Chaka chant, first introduced by Jonathan King in 1971, became the song's signature element. The track hit #1 on the U.S. charts and later gained new life after being featured in Guardians of the Galaxy. However, despite their success, Blue Swede disbanded by 1975. The band was short-lived, and their later songs failed to chart. The song has been used in countless commercials, TV shows, and movies, proving that sometimes a single hit is enough to keep a band's name alive forever. A Tale of Love, Longing, and Life at Sea. Brandy, You're a Fine Girl tells the story of a barmaid in love with a sailor who can never stay. The song's blend of rich storytelling and catchy melody made it an instant hit. Climbing to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The band, however, couldn't replicate its success, and by 1974, Looking Glass had disbanded. The lead singer Elliot Lurie later worked in film and TV music, composing for major productions. Before we continue, comment below your favorite song from the 70s. This funky groove was ahead of its time. Redbone, a Native American rock band, blended funk and rock to create Come and Get Your Love, a song that peaked at #5 on the Billboard charts. The song stood out not only for its infectious groove, but also for its significance as one of the first major hits by an all-Native American band. The track later experienced a massive revival after being featured in Guardians of the Galaxy, making it a beloved classic across generations. Redbone never reached similar success again. Fun fact: the band's name, Redbone, is a term referring to a person of mixed Native and European descent, reflecting their heritage and identity.
Dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight.
A song that just feels like magic. Dancing in the Moonlight is one of those feel-good songs that instantly transports listeners to a dreamlike state. Written by Sherman Kelly, the song was inspired by a violent experience here while traveling in the Caribbean, making its joyful lyrics all the more meaningful. King Harvest's version became a sleeper hit, climbing the charts and securing its place as a 70s classic. However, despite the success of Dancing in the Moonlight, the band disbanded shortly after. The song has been covered multiple times, but the original version remains the most cherished, continuing to appear in films and commercials even today.
Sky rockets in flight, afternoon delight.
A soft melody with surprisingly suggestive lyrics, Afternoon Delight became a massive hit, topping the Billboard Hot 100 in 1976. The song's soft harmonies and sweet-sounding melody masked its playful, risque lyrics, making it both controversial and beloved. The Starland vocal band won a Grammy for Best New Artist.
But
they couldn't replicate the song's success. The band disbanded in the early 80s, cementing their status as a one-hit wonder. The song saw a pop culture resurgence after being humorously featured in Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam lamb, whoa, Black Betty, bam lamb, Black Betty had a child, bam lamb, the damn thing gone.
A hard-hitting rock song with a complicated past. Black Betty was a high-energy rock anthem that brought Ram Jam brief success. The song, based on a traditional African-American work song, was originally recorded by blues legend Lead Belly in 1939. Ram Jam's heavier rock version was met with both praise and controversy.
Bam lamb, she's so rock steady, bam lamb, and she's always ready.
As some critics claimed the song had racial undertones. Despite reaching number 18 on the Billboard charts, Ram Jam struggled to follow up with another hit. Black Betty remains a staple at sporting events and has been covered by various artists, keeping it alive decades later. Wild Cherry was originally a rock band, but after being heckled to play that funky music White Boy, they took the advice literally. The result? A funky, infectious groove that shot straight to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song became an anthem of the disco era, blending rock and funk effortlessly. Despite this massive success, the band never replicated the song's popularity. Their follow-up singles failed to make an impact, and they disbanded shortly after.
That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia.
Vicky Lawrence, best known as a comedian on The Carol Burnett Show, shocked the world when she released this dark, dramatic song, written by her then-husband Bobby Russell.
And he started to shake.
The track tells the story of betrayal, injustice, and an execution gone wrong. It topped the Billboard Hot 100, proving that Lawrence had musical chops beyond comedy. However, her music career was short-lived, and she soon returned to television. The song was originally meant for Cher, but her husband, Sonny Bono, rejected it, believing it was too controversial. Lawrence took the opportunity, and the song became an enduring classic of the era. Rock On stands out as one of the most unique-sounding hits of the decade. With its minimalist bass line, eerie vocals, and futuristic production, David Essex crafted a song that defied genre norms. The track climbed to number 5 on the U.S. charts and became an instant classic. Essex continued making music, especially in the UK, but never achieved another massive U.S. hit. The song was re-recorded in 1989 by Michael Damian, bringing it back to the charts and introducing it to a new generation of fans.
In the middle with you, and I'm wondering what it is I should do.
Originally a satirical take on the music industry, Stuck in the Middle with You became a top 10 hit, thanks to its Dylan-esque vocals and catchy melody. Steelers Wheel, led by Jerry Rafferty, struggled with internal conflicts and soon disbanded. However, The song became legendary when it was featured in Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, 1992, during its infamous ear-cutting scene. Despite its lighthearted feel, the song was actually meant to mock record executives.
Oh, it's magic, you know. Never believe.
Pilot's Magic is one of those songs that instantly brightens your mood. With its upbeat melody and dreamy production, the song quickly climbed to number 5 on the U.S. Billboard charts.
Lazy day in bed, music in my head.
Despite the success, Pilot struggled to replicate their hit's impact, and subsequent releases failed to gain traction. The band eventually dissolved, with members moving on to other projects. Magic has been widely used in commercials and movies, making it one of the most recognizable one-hit wonders in pop history. Vehicle blended rock, brass, and blues into one of the most energetic tracks of the decade. It shot to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, driven by its bold horns and gritty vocals. Many listeners mistakenly thought the band was Blood, Sweat, and Tears, due to their similar sound. Despite the success of Vehicle, the Ides of March couldn't keep up the momentum, and the band faded from the mainstream. Lead singer Jim Petterick later found major success with Survivor, co-writing their smash hit Eye of the Tiger. Video Killed the Radio Star is a song about change. Ironically, it changed music history. The Buggles' futuristic-sounding track became the first music video ever played on MTV in 1981. The song topped the charts in 16 countries. But the Buggles never managed to follow up with another hit. Members Trevor Horn and Jeff Downs moved on to successful careers in production and other bands, including Yes and Asia. Despite being a one-hit wonder, this song's legacy is secured as a soundtrack to the dawn of the MTV era. One-hit wonders may not have had long careers, but their songs remain etched in music history. These tracks define moments, spark nostalgia, and continue to be celebrated decades later. Whether it's through commercials, movies, or just a random play on the radio, these songs prove that sometimes one hit is all you need to make a lasting impact. Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Retro Rewind for more nostalgic music content.